Hello again. Today I'm going to go through the process I used to make this background. What I used was my jelly plate. A jelly plate is just a piece of, I don't know what it's made of, plastic I guess, but it's very wibbly wobbly, has a very smooth surface, and you can take prints from this plate. I was looking for, oh, here it is. This is the insert that goes in the box. You use a brayer and mainly acrylic paint. I keep calling it ink, but it's not ink, it's paint, acrylic paint. So I'll just go ahead and tell you what I did. You can add layers of colour, one after the other. And so I'm going to start with a dark colour. And to do that, I'm just going to put dobs of, oops, let me give this a shake. I opened one and it wasn't all mixed up and a load of thin liquid came out rather than mixed up paint. So a bit of black. And I think I'll use some green for this one. I always put too much ink on. Too much and you don't get a good print, but oh dear. It's a bit like when I was a kid. I used to say to my mother, it came out quickly, Mum, when I'm putting tomato ketchup on my meal. Oh dear, this is rather a lot. Never mind, we'll just... what you want is an even covering on the plate all over and not too much. If you over brayer this, you would get the colours mixed into one rather than getting variants of colour. So there we go. What I've done is put my plate onto just a piece of plain A4 copy paper because I'm going to be taking several prints, or at least two, on the same piece of paper. So if I want to get one exactly on top of the other, this paper is going to act as a bit of a guide. So if I put this one about, let me just move these out of the way a minute. If I put it about on top of this one, I can then rub it down so that the ink transfers to my paper. Now I'm going to pull up this top one, and there's my print. Quite dark, rather a lot of paint, but it's on there. That's my first layer. So the next thing, I'm going to add some more paint to this. I'm just going to rub off what's on my brayer on a piece of scrap down here. I'm going to add some more paint, but I'm going to do lighter colours. I think probably for today I might just do 2 layers, but we'll see. So here's some white, bits of white. I'm going to put some paler green, a lighter green. And you don't bother cleaning off your plate between impressions. It's all part of the process. Some of those colours will come up through the next layer. This is a bit of metallic gold. I'm going to put a bit of this in. There we go. I've got all sorts of colours here. I've had these sculling around in the bottom of drawers for a very long time. This one's called Nougat, or Nugget, however you care to pronounce it. It's kind of a creamy colour. Lovely. Right, let's try these. Mix these up together. There's still rather a lot of paint on this, I'm afraid, but we'll see how we go. Now, what I'm going to do next is to make some impressions in this. And what that does is actually just lift a bit of colour off the plate. I've got various bits and pieces, a bit of a stencil that I cut out from a die, some individual rubber stamps, and I hope you can see all this. I keep forgetting to look. Some background rubber stamps. You can use absolutely anything, bottle tops, whatever you want. So I'm just going to put this over the paint, press it down and lift it away. Okay, let's put that down there. This one is a penny black background stamp. It's got loads of dots and things. I don't want this straight edge on the finished impression because I don't like straight edges. So I'm going to place it on the side and just do it a little bit. It's quite nice. A little bit there. Little bit there. Now I've got some little, this is splatty sort of stamp from Stampin' Up. This is a little, like a postal thing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to put this back on there, and I think that was the way up I did it. So if I get the two pieces of oh, I could have done that. Let's just a minute. Let's try this one. It's kind of hard to see if I've got it. I think I have. Okay, let's take that off. Okay, well, I've obviously picked some off. I can see some there. Right, put this back on. Try and line up my bits of A4 paper, and over the top we go. This actual paper is probably too thin. It's just copy paper. Let's take the print. And you can see where that crease was there. It was across there. It hasn't done that bit. But I would very rarely use the whole of one of these pieces for a background, because I don't do that kind of heavily decorated card. I do clean and simple cards. So what I'm going to do is to do some more. This time, I think I'm going to use, I'll use a piece of card to take a print and just see what the difference is when I use a piece of card. So I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to go back to my dark colours. I'm not going to bother cleaning that off. Oh, the top came off in my hand. Right, there's the black. Whoops-a-daisy. There we go. I use the deep green, rather too much of it, and the next green down. Oh, that one comes out really quickly. They were kind of cheap, I think, these from the Range or somewhere, I think they were. Right, here we go. Let's put this onto the plate. Okay. Now here is card. Let's see how I'm going to use. This is linen. I'm not going to use the linen side. Yes, I am. I will. I'll use the linen side. See how we get on with that. I mean, you can do anything you like, really. So I'm going to put it over where the lower one is. Not got absolutely straight, but never mind. Rub over. and lift. There it is. Oh, the linen actually makes quite a nice effect. Still such a lot of paint on there. Okay, now I'm going to add my lighter. Okay, let's just rub off my brayer a little so I don't have too much of that dark on. Let's put some lighter colour on. Oh dear. That came out quickly as well. Oh my lord. Here's the nougat. Okay. And the pale green. Oh, they've got such a big hole in those ones. I think I bought them a whole pack of about 10 of these things. Artists Paint Acrylic. I think it was from the range Bright Yellow Green, that one is. Bit of gold. I've just got so much, but I might have to take some of this off. It is just too much. Oh, good Lord, look at it. I'm going to take just a bit of that off onto a piece of copy paper. There's just too much. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, right, now I'm going to make some marks. So here we go with a leaf. And my random dots. And a bit of bubble wrap, I think. Let's try a bit more up here. I couldn't find a roll of bubble wrap. I grabbed this out of a padded envelope that something came in. That's not a very good one. Let's just go over again. There we are. Right, let's see how we go with this one. Where's my piece of card? Here it is. There it is. This was the way up I did it. Get these out of the way. Let's see how we go. I don't know if there's a definite way that you're supposed to, what specific card that you're supposed to use. Obviously that, there we go. Isn't that interesting? All sorts of different effects. Right, I think we'll keep going. To that one, I think I'll add, let's just go with a different colour. Let's go with blue. Let's go with blue. Oops, a daisy. Oh, can't get it off. Oh, there we are. Now just a little. Comes out so quickly. What's this? Oh, this is black. Let's try some of this black. Okay. And let's try some more gold. Oops. And what shall we put with this? A little of this pale blue. And we'll brayer that out. Let's take that off a little. I'll use some of this paper that I've been using to brayer off my, to wipe off my brayer with, for another print. Right. Now, because there's a bit of green and stuff underneath, I think some of that may well come up. So let's try and do some impressions on this one. We'll just go straight for the, that's nice. Okay, here's another one. This is a impression obsession one. Okay. You don't need to clean up in between, but you do need to clean up after you've finished, otherwise it will be difficult to get off. Right, let's just take a print of this. I'm going to use copy paper again. I do have some thicker paper somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. The first print is usually okay. It's if you've done one and it's a bit wet and you try to reuse it, that's how the creases happened before. Right, let's have a look at this. Look at that, isn't it interesting? My goodness. But as I say, I will never be using the whole of one of these. I would just be using a portion somewhere for a little backdrop to something, or to use for die cutting. Now, if I'm going to use die cutting and I've only used copy paper, I would stick the copy paper with something like a glue stick or something like this to a piece of card before die cutting it, so that it's a little bit more substantial, because copy paper is very, very thin, unless you wanted to use it for a collage, maybe. Right. I think that is where I'm going to leave it for today. I will make up some cards with the backgrounds that I have used. And so, you know, there are lots of other techniques for using jelly plates. You can transfer images, black images to your jelly plate, all sorts. But that's probably for another day. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll have a go.